I am so excited to be one of the first people to welcome you to the Hasbro Pulse 1027 Premium event. I am super stoked to get to share this evening with you. If for any reason you missed what was an amazing G.I. Joe panel on Saturday at PulseCon, my name is Emily and I work on the G.I. Joe marketing team, and this is my desk at 1027. So we like to keep samples on hand for photo shoots, for any sample needs that we may have. And instead of keeping them in storage, I keep them on my desk because this is a pretty amazing view to get to look at while I work. No complaints here. I know that they're not in numeric order yet. Please forgive me. We're just getting readjusted in the office. I promise that I will get them in order. It's going to bug me too, I promise. But that's not really why I'm here today. What I'm here to do is actually introduce a brand new classified series figure. So without further ado, please help me to welcome the Cobra officer to the classified series family. I think that this guy looks fantastic. So he comes with all new gear and a new head. So I'll kind of zoom in for you. There we go. Just like he's taking a little selfie. So his new head has this beautiful new mask. So all sculpted plastic still, but it comes with it looks more like fabric. There's more ripples in it. It looks like it has a lot more movement in it. And I think it's an amazing way to kind of distinguish this as a sculpt. Corey killed it. And we know that traditionally Cobra officers are redecos of Cobra troopers with different harnesses, but the team really wanted to make it a little more unique than what is traditionally done. So yes, he has the amazing new harness design. He also has cute little pockets on his tush, which I really like. But he comes all decked out for battle. So check this out. He comes with kind of a more traditional assault rifle, a more sci-fi submachine gun that has just been done for this figure, plus a pistol and a knife. And, as Chris was saying in our PulseCon panel on Saturday, we really feel like, especially with the kind of Cobra troop builders, that we like to have a place for everything. If you're going into battle, you want to be able to pull out any of your arsenal at any time. So this guy has a place for everything. He has this great kind of knife holster on his knee. Or on his leg. Sorry, that's not a knee. I know where knees live on people. He has this kind of pistol spot on his belt. He has space for his rifle on his back. And then if you kind of twist the rifle, you can tell space for magazines as well. So the magazines are removable from both of the larger rifles. I think that this guy is fantastic, and I cannot wait for you guys to get him into your collection later this spring. But you know that with all of the new classified figures, there's always new artist series artwork. And as we mentioned earlier, also at PulseCon, we're going to talk about it. It just happened. It was amazing. There is new artist series artwork to accompany this figure. Now, if you're in love with any of the artwork like I am, you can totally get these made as posters now from Trends International. So don't forget to go buy your favorite artwork, hang it up, I don't know, maybe at your G.I. Joe themed workspace. I don't want to dictate what you do with your art, but something for you to consider. And to add to that list, we have this fantastic new art by artist Francois Kuchu. Check this out. I am in love with this color scheme. I think that this box looks beautiful. I love the kind of aerial approach to this, which, ties in really nicely with my friend, the Sky Striker over here. Hello, Sky Striker. If by any chance you haven't gotten around to backing our HasLab yet, may I recommend that you do so. The Sky Striker is pretty amazing, and we cannot wait to get these into the hands of you guys, the fans. You being here is why we do what we do. So we always are pushing ourselves to make the best possible toys for you guys. And speaking of best possible, our new friend Cobra Officer, pre-orders are going to open up after the stream ends tonight for you guys, Pulse Premium members. For non-premium members and at other retailers, pre-orders are going to open up at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. But don't go away, even though I'm done talking. Coming up next, we have an amazing interview with artist Tom Whalen, who's going to be talking about the artwork that he did for our PulseCon exclusive Zartan package. They're going to be revealing a new classified figure. Don't go away. And talking about Tom's work on Power Rangers. So he is going to be chatting with one of our graphic designers, Cecil. And I can't wait to see what they chat about. So stick around, and there's plenty more show to come up. It was nice chatting with you guys.
Yo, Joe fans! I hope everybody is excited to sit down with us and talk with illustrator Tom Whalen. You know his art from fan favorite movie posters to product packaging and everything in between. Tom, thank you for sitting with us.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be part of this event.
You know, before we dive in here, I want to make sure I speak to your work for Hasbro as a whole, because it's pretty colossal, the amount of work you've done and the projects you've done with Hasbro. Obviously G.I. Joe, which we're going to talk about today in depth, but also, we'd be remiss to not touch on your work on Power Rangers and the breadth of work you've done for that. Is there a particular Power Rangers project that you worked on that really stood out to you as a special one?
That Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers crossover was the pinnacle of fun for this for that whole project.
We have some G.I. Joe stuff to talk about, and particularly the Master of Disguise Deluxe Zartan that fans got a close look at earlier this week. So I know you were lucky enough to get one ahead of time, and you got one there with you. We went through a lot of different options and exploration to tell this story on this package with such a unique packaging execution.
I remember when you had contacted me asking if I wanted to work on a G.I. Joe product, and it was an immediate yes. And then when you told me it was Zartan, I was like, double yes. And then you laid out all the parameters of the job, and that's where the challenge began, because it had to tell a story and hit a lot of marks. It had to fit into the existing classified look to some degree, and it had to the wheel was the real wild card to get that wheel to work and kind of show off just the different iterations of the masks that are in this package. So for me, it was great to kind of chat about this for quite a while before we even jumped into sketches. I remember we had pretty lengthy conversation about what we really wanted it to accomplish, and then I jumped into some digital sketches, which is probably the quickest way for me to work. Some black and white digitals to kind of give you some examples and some looks that we were going to explore. And then it evolved from there. But the process of this was it's rewarding to see where it all wound up.
That's a perfect segue into this next reveal that I know G.I. Joe fans have been waiting a very long time for, but not as long as you and I have been waiting for it. Tom, if you could please help me in revealing the Alley Vipers.
Yes, finally the Alley Viper. As a collector of this line, I know this has been on the back of that card since day one, and I know people have been pointing to when is the Alley Viper coming out, and I've known for quite a while, obviously since I worked on the poster and package design, that it was coming, and finally it's here, and I'm super proud. I kind of feel honored to be the one that worked on this mysterious Alley Viper, and I'm just so pleased to be able to reveal it and finally get to see what it looks like in the wild.
Yeah, I think you and I both, and I know the fans that have been waiting a very long time for this. This to me is a very special character to G.I. Joe. I think it's one of the most iconic looking character designs of any IP, and it really exemplifies like some of the wackiness and craziness that I love about Joe.
I think the Alley Viper is such a great intersection of what makes G.I. Joe G.I. Joe. It's a combination of military and sci-fi, and this is that, plus like throw a splash of crazy color on it, and this has everything that makes G.I. Joe to me.
Agreed, and I think you've done an amazing job at capturing all that with your poster. I am absolutely obsessed with this poster. I think it hits all the beats that ideally a piece of character art for G.I. Joe would, and it has that little flavor of that Cobra world propaganda in it. We get some of the corner pieces of some of our favorite Cobra characters in there, and this is going to be one that I know people are going to want.
I think the poster is a Venn diagram of so many of my interests and passions, with the propaganda artwork and the graphic design and the illustration, and one of my favorite brands of all time. So that it's really an honor, and I'm so happy it's finally out there.
I know you and I could talk about artwork and G.I. Joe all day, but I want to let the fans know that they can get some of these posters from our friends at Trends International. So go check that out. And before we wrap up, I do want to give you a chance to let people know where they can find you.
Yeah, so my portfolio site and shop live at strongstuff.net. My Instagram handle is strongstuff, and Twitter I am strongstufftom. That should be it.
Definitely go follow. Worthwhile follow. I can speak firsthand. Tom, I'm so glad we got a chance to do this. Fans, I hope you enjoyed it, and more to come.